Real quick before we begin the video, I am running a giveaway for a Link's Awakening amiibo until the end of January. More details will be at the end of the video. Enjoy. It has now been roughly 7 months since the initial reveal for Breath of the Wild sequel, currently dubbed by fans as Breath of the Wild 2. Whether or not it will actually be titled that remains a mystery, and unfortunately for us theorists and Zelda content creators, Zelda tubers if you will, there isn't really much material or evidence to make any solid theories on what the game might be titled. However, there is still some questions to be asked, from questioning the story behind Ganondorf and the malice seeping out of his wound, to trying to uncover where exactly Link and Zelda are, and today's topic, what exactly is underneath Hyrule? Although it may seem like a bit of an odd question at first, more so if you haven't seen the trailer for the sequel, it is a very valid and interesting question. We know some part of the game will take place below the surface of Hyrule, as we can clearly see Princess Zelda and Link exploring a cave system in multiple scenes of the trailer. On top of that, there is also all of the Zonai remains which have brought up a lot of questions regarding the mysterious tribe, along with finding and or reaching the corpse of Ganondorf. Also, I noticed that only apparently 9% of my views are from subscribers, so make sure that you're actually subscribed. I know sometimes I watch channels for a long time without realizing I'm not actually subscribed, so be sure to give that a quick check if you can. Thank you. All of this information and mysteries has led to a lot of fans, including myself, to believe that there could be more than just this cave system below Hyrule. Today, joined by my good friend Chris, or as many of you may know him as, Hexovian.
Hey everyone, my name's Hexovian, and I'm so happy to be in this video with my good friend Adam.
Today, we shall discuss the mystery of what could be below the Kingdom of Hyrule. Firstly, let's look at some facts as to why there might be a whole different world below the Kingdom of Hyrule. As we are not just assuming or fantasizing about this, there is actually some solid facts and hints towards there being more than meets the eye in Hyrule. The original, or first Breath of the Wild, takes place in this massive Kingdom of Hyrule. In fact, it's the largest version of Hyrule the series has ever seen, and we know the sequel will to some degree be taking place in this same world, as shown at the end of the trailer for the sequel. It's not too bold to assume that this means there will be some additional areas or lands to explore, as playing within the exact same world would be a tad boring in my opinion. Although, there is always the chance we will be rebuilding and re-establishing the kingdom, which would be an awesome way to fill the void of using the same world. Along with this, we were, as previously mentioned, teased that there could be a whole other world below the surface within the trailer. So what exactly could be below Hyrule? Myself and Chris have narrowed down the possibilities to 4 different possible conclusions. We will go over them one by one and then hopefully come to some sort of answer on which one is more likely.
One of the most interesting ideas I've seen and had about the next Zelda game is the potential of underground dungeons. We see evidence in the first trailer of the new game that there are vast caverns underneath Hyrule, and it'd be interesting to see this idea fleshed out with more dungeons and activities taking place in caverns. The original Breath of the Wild takes place almost completely above ground or within shrines, but with the new game taking place in the same Hyrule as the one presented in the first game, I'm curious to see how the landscape and overall feeling of the world will be different. At the least, I would say adding caverns and dungeons underground would be a great use of an unexplored area of Hyrule. I think these dungeons would also have some more of the Zonai theme or feeling, as that's personally what I predict the game is going to be focused heavily on, while the first game was focused more on the Sheikah.
Although I said we aren't fantasizing for this video, this possibility is a little bit more on the side of unrealistic, but still possible. There are a few reasons I believe there could be an entire world below the surface, This is mainly due to the Sheikah technology, specifically the shrines and towers. We know thanks to the tapestry presented to us by Impa that these shrines and towers were in fact created by the Sheikah, and the construction of that specific technology is on record via the tapestry. This got me thinking, what if the Sheikah have more secrets that lie below the ground? We know the shrines and towers would have required some underground work, especially the shrines. On top of that knowledge, we already know that the Sheikah are one of, if not the most mysterious and to themselves group of people in the Zelda series. They love keeping stuff to themselves, and technically working behind everyone's back. Not in a malicious way, more just not wanting anyone to know about their divine power. There is also the fact that Impa plays an important role in Breath of the Wild with guiding Link through the story and regaining his memory. It's very possible that she will reveal to us how to access this possible underground world, and play a guidance role within the story once again, just like in the first game. The only issue with that is, Ganondorf is down there too. Could the Sheikah have been working with the royal family to contain him down there? That is also very possible, as we do know the Sheikah worked closely alongside the royal family, especially in terms of the defense of Hyrule. A little idea of mine is that the Sheikah have developed some sort of safety bunker for an end-of-world scenario, and the reason they didn't evacuate from the calamity is due to how sudden his attack was 100 years ago. The hidden world itself would be primarily caves and open ravines, along with some settlements underground. The vibes I am picturing for this potential underground world is similar to the Yiga clan base mixed with the ghost ship's interior from the Wind Waker. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if there is or isn't an entire world below Hyrule when the sequel inevitably comes out, hopefully this year.
Another potential change we might see is more than just Hyrule Castle rising from the ground. In the first trailer we got for the new game, you can see the castle began to rise, much like the towers and shrines did in the first game. It'd be interesting to see the same idea apply to other areas of the map as well, maybe with temples or even a city with the same feeling of Castletown in Twilight as we see in Twilight Princess. From what we have seen already, it looks like this game will take darker tones than the original, which I think is a nice change since we haven't had a very dark and evil game world since Twilight Princess. Following with the idea of the game being overall darker, it'd be interesting to see Hyrule become cursed or overrun with something similar to the Twilight. When the trailer for the sequel came out, we saw Link get burned by some green flames or magic, and I was wondering if this could be a key feature to traverse through darker Twilight-like areas. While this is all speculation, I think the idea of a darker game is all but confirmed just given the trailer and what it shows us. In a video I made, I discussed the potential of Ganon being awoken at the very start of the game, as well as it being the fault of Zelda's over-curiosity that we see in the first game. I think that this could work really well to roll into a darker and cursed game world.
You knew this was coming. There is no discussing the Breath of the Wild sequel without somehow mentioning the mysterious and unknown Zonai tribe. To avoid giving you a recap on information that has been stated by many theorists, including myself, on the Zonai, I will make this part short. As we know from Breath of the Wild and its book Masterworks / Creating a Champion, the Zonai are a tribe that once resided within Hyrule, with the Faron region being the most populated home of the tribe. They were said to have magical abilities and that they all of a sudden disappeared. That's all we really know about this long forgotten tribe. We don't know if they are still alive anywhere within the Zelda world, whether that be farther away lands or underground. This is where the possibility of Zonai migration comes from. In the sequel trailer, we can see multiple Zonai ruins, specifically this pillar which is almost an exact replica of Zonai pillars found all across Hyrule in Breath of the Wild. I'm not quite sure where this idea originated from, but because of the Zonai ruins found beneath the ground, that has led many fans to believe that the tribe may have migrated to the underworld, and even began a new life down there. It sounds really wacky at first, but I could honestly see it being a real possibility. Along with this, some believe the green hand and energy could be connected to the Zonai, but that's purely speculation. It does however raise the question and idea that the Zonai could have built up some sort of underground society over the years. It's a bit of a shot in the dark, but if it turns out to be true, it will be one of the coolest ways to show off a race and or tribe in the Zelda series. It is likely all of this will remain a mystery until the release of the game, or if Nintendo show off some gameplay at an event such as E3. Between the 4 possibilities discussed today, I personally believe the underground dungeons explained by Chris is fairly likely. We do also know that Nintendo have put out ads for dungeon designers and other development roles for this sequel specifically, before and after the trailer was showing off. Thanks a ton for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like and consider subscribing for more Zelda content. Huge thanks to my friend Chris for joining me on this one.
Once again, thanks to Hyrule Gamer for having me on this video, and I hope you all enjoyed my ideas and speculations.
We have been meaning to do another collab for a good few months now, so I'm glad to get it done. Be sure to go and check out his channel for all sorts of really amazing Zelda and Nintendo content. Another big thanks goes out to all of my Patreon supporters. Your support is honestly so much appreciated, and I sometimes can't express that enough. I can't thank you guys enough for deciding to support me in doing YouTube. Thank you so much. As mentioned earlier, I am running a giveaway for a Link's Awakening amiibo, with the option to be signed by myself. This is in celebration of reaching 15,000 subscribers back in late 2019. The giveaway will be open for all of January, and I will select the winner come February. Good luck if you are entering. Again, thanks for watching, and until the next time, I've been Hyrule Gamer.